Hey folks, this is video number 112, and the title is John, the Series, Episode 5. I'm not sure if John was involved in this escapade or not. It surely fits his mode of operation, for sure. But keep in mind, we had a few Johns scattered throughout the teams in the early days. There was one guy we called Zippy. He ended up being the official yellow bump pole painter. This event did not happen on my shift. When we were in the early stages, the lines did not run very fast. Our glue tanks, located on the drive side, lasted a manageable amount of time between fill-ups. As improvements came along, so did line speed increases. After a couple years of speed-ups, it became very difficult to keep up with the tanks. On this particular night, the operator got really behind in this task. When he lifted the lid on the end glue tank, he found it was almost dry. Thinking fast, he grabbed a 5-quart pail and went up and over the 5 steps of Line 5's crossover, across the platform and down the other side. The crossover was located in the middle of the line and straddled the web at the calendar stack and embosser. The operator crossed the gap between Line 5 and Line 6 and went up and over Line 6's crossover. He checked Line 6's glue tank and found it was pretty full. Next, he hurriedly drained about a gallon into his 5-quart pail. Moving quickly, he transversed Line 6's crossover, the gap between the lines, and made it up to the first steps of Line 5's crossover. When he started to cross the platform, the bottom of the 5-quart pail fell out. The gallon of glue landed on the running web just before the embosser that put golf ball-like dimples in the material. The bottom roll was covered with small nubs and the top small dimples that were perfectly aligned with one another. All that glue and fuzz and tissue wrapped those rolls. It was a big mess. It took about 5 hours to clean it up. The embosser had to be perfectly clean so as to not get holes in the material. I believe dentist picks were used at one point. You have to give the operator credit for fast thinking. We normally use those 5-quart pails to hold alcohol and sponge pads for doing process cleanup. The moral of this story is 300-degree glue in a 5-quart plastic pail does not work very well. And that concludes episode 5 of John, the Series. All the best, folks. All the best.